What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Mannon's Minute. So I saw something in the news earlier, last week actually, and I've been meaning to get this video out to give an explanation. In case any of you seen it too and got worried, I also saw it a couple of times on the internet, and I just wanted to clear things up so nobody freaks out and totally, loses their mind. Before we get into this, let me make something very clear right up front. This video is not about politics. I'm not here to defend one side, attack another side, or turn this into some political cage match in the comments. That is not the point of this video. The reason I wanted to talk about this right away is because I've seen a lot of Wiccans, Pagans, and other minority faith people starting to panic, thinking Wicca has been banned from the military or that pagan soldiers suddenly lost their religious rights. And that is not what is happening. So my concern here is for my Wiccan brothers and sisters and for the pagan community in general who may be scared or confused by headlines and posts that are not explaining the situation very clearly. So let's take a breath, put the pitchforks down for a minute, and look at what is actually changed. So let's clear this up right from the beginning because I've seen a lot of panic flying around the pagan and Wiccan community. And as usual, once the internet gets a hold of something, it starts running through the woods with it like its hair is on fire. The claim going around is that the military removed Wicca, paganism, and a bunch of other religions from its list. And some people are taking that to mean Wicca is no longer allowed, pagan soldiers are no longer protected, and the government has decided our religions are fake or invalid. No, that is not what happened. Wicca is not banned from the military. Paganism was not outlawed. Service members did not suddenly lose the legal right to believe, practice, worship, pray, honor the gods, or follow their spiritual path. What actually happened is more boring, more administrative, and honestly a lot less dramatic than the panic version. The military had a large list of religious affiliation codes. These are basically the little identity labels service members could choose in the system to say, this is my religious preference. For years, that list had grown to more than 200 choices: Wicca, Pagan, Heathen, Druid, Asatru, Humanist, Atheist, Unitarian Universalist, and others were separate options. Now that list has been cut down to 31 broader categories. So instead of having a detailed menu with every little branch and flavor listed out, the military trimmed the menu way down. Now, is that the same thing as saying those religions no longer exist? No, absolutely not. Is it the same thing as saying service members can't practice them? No. Is it the same thing as saying a Wiccan soldier has to throw their pentacle in the trash and start singing hymns in the barracks? Absolutely not. A code in a database is not the same thing as your constitutional right to religious freedom. Get it? One is paperwork, the other is an actual protected right. The official explanation being given is that the old system had become too large and difficult to use. According to the Pentagon, the purpose of the new, smaller list is to help chaplains look at a unit and get a basic idea of religious makeup of the people they're serving. In simple terms, it's supposed to help them figure out what kind of religious support may be needed. I'm not here to tell you what political opinion to have. This is not a campaign speech, and we're not turning this into a red team versus blue team food fight. The point here is to understand what changed and what did not change. What changed is the specific named checkbox. That matters, and I'm not going to pretend it doesn't. If you're Wiccan, Pagan, Druid, Heathen, or anything under that big beautiful umbrella of nature-based, magical, polytheistic, animistic, or occult-leaning spirituality, seeing your specific label disappear from an official system can feel lousy. It can feel like someone looked at you and said, you can go in the miscellaneous drawer. And let's be honest, none of us love being shoved into the junk drawer next to dead batteries, mystery keys, and old takeout menus. So yes, emotionally, I understand why people are upset. Honestly, when I first saw it, I was too. Representation matters. Being counted matters. When a group has its own category, it's easier to say, hey, there are actual people here with actual spiritual needs. If everyone gets tossed under other religions, then the numbers become harder to see. And when the numbers are harder to see, it can become harder to advocate for resources, chaplain support, religious accommodation, group worship, special observances, and simple awareness. That is a real concern. We should be honest about that. But here's where we need to be careful. A real concern is is not the same thing as an apocalypse. This is not the military saying Wiccans are fake. This is not the end of pagan religious freedom. This is not a declaration that only 31 religions are real and everyone else can go pound sand. The Pentagon has specifically said that the reduced list is not meant to decide the legitimacy of any faith or create an officially approved religion list. And that matters because your checkbox changed and your religion has been rejected are not the same thing. Think of it like this. Let's say you go to a doctor's office and the intake form used to have a long list of job titles: carpenter, electrician, teacher, nurse, artist, mechanic, accountant, and on and on. Then one day they shrink it down to broad categories like labor, education, medical, office, retired, and other. Did your job vanish from reality because the form no longer has your exact title? No. But if you're an electrician and now you have to pick labor or other, you might feel like the form no longer understands what you actually do. And that's a fair frustration. But it does not mean electricians have been banned from the building. See the difference? It's pretty simple. For Wiccans and Pagans in the military, the practical effect seems to be this. You may no longer be able to select Wicca or Pagan as a specific religious affiliation code. You may have to choose something broader, such as other religions, depending on how the system is set up. That is not ideal, and it's not as clean, and it's not as personally accurate, but it does not erase your practice, your oath, your gods, your ancestors, your rites, your holy days, your Sabbats, your Esbits, your hearth, your altar, or your relationship with the sacred. A computer drop-down menu does not have that kind of power. Let's not hand it more power than it actually has. And for those worried about military funerals and grave markers, that is another thing people are mixing into the soup. The VA emblem of belief system is a separate issue. The Wiccan pentacle has been recognized for VA headstones and markers for years, and this religious affiliation code change does not appear to remove that. So no, based on what is being reported, that is not the government ripping pinnacles off of veterans' graves. That would be a completely different fight, and thankfully that is not the fight we're talking about here, because if it was, I would be one of the first people backing it up, saying, that's bullshit. Now, does this mean pagans should just shrug and say, oh well, no big deal? No, not necessarily. We can be calm and still pay attention. We can avoid panic and still ask questions. We can say, okay, this is not a ban, but how will chaplains track minority faiths' needs now? We can ask, will Wiccan and pagan service members still be able to request accommodations for rituals, holidays, religious items, and spiritual counseling? We can ask, how will commanders know these communities exist if the system stops naming them? Those are fair, grown-up questions. Much better than screaming at the skies falling and then finding out it was just a ceiling tile. The best response from our community should be steady, informed, and clear. Not hysterical, not blindly trusting either, just clear. We should tell Wiccan and pagan service members, your path is still yours. Your religious freedom still matters. If you need accommodation, ask for it through the proper channels. If you need support, speak with a chaplain, even if that chaplain is not pagan. Their job is to help support religious exercise, not force you into their own tradition. If they don't know what Wicca or paganism is, then calmly explain it. And if you hit a wall, document it and seek proper help through the right military resources. There's a way to handle these things without setting the village on fire. So here's the truth as simple as I can put it. Wicca and paganism were removed as separate named religious affiliation codes from the military's shortened list. That is real. It may reduce visibility. It may make some minority faith service members feel shoved aside. The concern is fair, but Wicca was not banned. Paganism was not outlawed. Service members are not forbidden from practicing their faith. This is a change to an administrative tracking system, not a magical decree from Mount Government declaring our gods are unemployed. Let's breathe, stay alert, speak accurately, and not help misinformation do what misinformation always does best: turn confusion into chaos.